Hey everyone, I'd love to hear your thoughts on today's topic. Black holes are one of the universe's greatest mysteries, and there's so much we still don't understand about them. What do you think happens inside a black hole? Do you believe it's a doorway to another universe, or just an endless void? Drop your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Let's dive into this cosmic conversation together. You drift, weightless, floating beyond the boundaries of Earth, past the familiar stars that dot the night sky. It's peaceful here, this place where no sound can be heard, no winds, no waves, no rushing traffic. Space is silent, and as you rest in its vastness, you realize how calming this silence is. It isn't empty, though. It's not a void of nothingness. It's a space full of potential, waiting for stories to unfold, waiting for light to reach it, waiting for understanding. In the distance, you sense something hidden, something powerful, but it does not call out loudly. It does not demand attention. It is simply there, waiting in the shadows. This is the nature of the black hole, a silent force, invisible yet profound, hidden deep in the fabric of the universe. You may not see it with your eyes, but you feel it. There is something about its pull that tugs at you, drawing you in. Without a single word, the black hole's presence is like a whisper in the wind. It hides in the dark spaces between stars, in the farthest reaches of galaxies. Even though it seems distant, it is always there, lurking, its gravitational pull drawing everything close. You might think that in a place so empty, nothing could be alive, yet the universe is filled with activity. All of it subtle, all of it quiet, until you learn to listen. Imagine yourself floating further, where the stars are little pinpricks of light, far in the distance. They look so small from here, don't they? Almost as if they are tiny sparks in a sea of darkness. But their light reaches you, even in the emptiness. These stars live in the same cosmic ocean as the black holes, but they exist at different points along this invisible thread of gravity. They are alive with energy, burning bright, sending their light across vast distances, lighting up the dark. And even in the deep, dark silence of space, they speak not with sound, but with light. You move further, and now you are aware of a strange feeling, as if the space around you is pulling on you in a different way. It's subtle, like a current beneath the calm surface of the sea. You are not yet close, but the pull is there. The black hole calls, not with words, but with gravity. This is what you feel now, the beginning of its pull. It is gentle at first, like the soft tug of the moon's gravity on the oceans, causing the waves to rise and fall. But with each passing moment, that pull deepens, becoming stronger, stronger than anything you've ever known. The black hole isn't something that can be seen or heard, not in the way we understand the world. It is a force of nature that moves through time and space, twisting the very fabric of reality around it. It is a silent giant, invisible yet powerful. And as you move closer, you realize how small and fragile everything else seems in comparison. The planets, the stars, even the galaxies, they all orbit around this deep, quiet force. There's something oddly comforting about this. You might think that the black hole would be something to fear, something destructive, but instead you feel drawn to it, as if it holds a secret, a mystery that could answer some of the universe's deepest questions. It isn't out of reach. You can feel it, and it feels like a part of you. It exists in the very fabric of space, quietly influencing everything. And it has always been here, long before you began this journey. The silence of space allows you to feel this, to understand the black hole's mystery. The stars, the planets, the nebulae, they all move according to the same rules, shaped by the same forces. But black holes, they are different. They exist in a place where the usual rules of the universe bend and twist. A place where gravity reigns supreme and time itself begins to stretch, to bend, to move in ways that feel almost unnatural. But in that strangeness, there is beauty. There is understanding waiting to unfold. Your body feels lighter now, as if the gravitational pull is slowly beginning to play with you, shifting you, guiding you. You can feel time and space starting to bend around you. The stars seem to slow, as if they are moving more softly, more slowly than before. You sense that you are passing into a different realm, one where the usual rules of physics lose their grip. But for now, it's gentle. Like a soft breeze, you drift, feeling the warmth of the stars around you as they blink quietly in the endless night. You find yourself in awe of how this all exists in silence, how the very nature of space itself is so vast, so full of quiet, cosmic wonder. The black hole is not here to rush you, not here to make noise or cause chaos. It waits, patiently, silently, its pull growing stronger, drawing everything closer. And in that pull, you realize that everything is connected, everything is moving, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Now, with this gentle tug, the universe begins to reveal its secrets. The next chapter of your journey calls to you the moment when the event horizon, that mysterious boundary, becomes real. But for now, you rest, suspended in time, watching the stars drift quietly by, waiting to move deeper into the mystery of the black hole. And as you drift closer, you realize that the true journey is only just beginning. Ahead lies the event horizon, where time bends and reality shifts. What will you find when you cross that boundary? You float through the quiet darkness, and ahead of you, a new scene begins to unfold. Far away, on the edge of a distant galaxy, there is a star. It shines brightly, a beacon in the night. Its light reaches across the universe, warming planets, nurturing life. You can see it from here, a great ball of fire. It looks so peaceful, so alive, but like all things, it will one day change. Stars, you see, live their lives in cycles, each cycle marked by the fire of their burning hearts. For millions, even billions, of years, stars like this one burn steadily, using their fuel, hydrogen, in a process known as nuclear fusion. This process creates the energy that makes the star shine, sending out waves of light that reach all corners of space. But just as you feel the warmth of the star's light, its light will fade. The star burns through its fuel, using up its hydrogen. And when it can no longer sustain itself, it begins to collapse. At first, it contracts gently, the outer layers drawing inward. But inside, the core is still burning, and the pressure keeps it from fully collapsing. But soon, the pressure no longer holds. The inner layers of the star, once so full of energy, are now crushed under the weight of their own mass. The core, which once held the warmth of billions of years of fusion, begins to implode, squeezing inward at an impossible rate. Now you feel the tension building, the pressure rising. It is as if the universe itself is holding its breath. the great star shudders, and in a final, dramatic explosion, a supernova, it releases the last of its energy, sending shockwaves across the universe. In that brief, blinding moment, the star is reborn, but it is not the same as it was before. It is no longer a star, no longer a burning ball of gas. It has turned into something else entirely, a black hole. A black hole is born from this violent transformation. It is a region of space where the gravitational pull is so intense that nothing, not even light, can escape. And as you drift, you imagine what it must be like for this star, once full of life, now transformed into an invisible, silent force. In that moment of collapse, the universe changes. A new mystery is born. It is both a violent and a peaceful change, a death that gives way to something timeless. You can feel this transition as you float along, the weight of the star's collapse pulling you deeper into the mystery. The birth of a black hole is a tragic moment, yet also one of beauty. There is something humbling in this process, a reminder that even the brightest stars must one day fall. The star's light fades, but its legacy remains. It has given birth to something far more mysterious than itself, something that will influence the very fabric of space and time, and in the quiet aftermath, the black hole begins to grow quietly, pulling in everything around it, everything that dares to venture too close. Stars, gas, dust, all are drawn toward it, moving slowly yet surely toward its grasp. But even in its silence, there is a sense of power, of purpose. The black hole is not malevolent. It does not consume for the sake of destruction. It is simply the end of one thing and the beginning of another. You watch as the energy from the explosion ripples outward, spreading across the cosmos like waves on a pond. The remnants of the star drift slowly outward, scattering, until they too are drawn in by the pull of the black hole. This is the way of the universe. Things are born, they live, they die, and in their death they give birth to something else. Life, death, and rebirth, all happening at once. In an eternal dance, in this quiet moment, you reflect on the nature of life itself. Just as the star was once full of light and energy, so too are our lives filled with moments of brilliance. But, like the star, we too are part of a larger cycle, a cycle that continues long after we are gone. The black hole is not an end, but a transformation. It is part of the grand tapestry of the universe, a process of creation and destruction, a reminder that every end is a new beginning. And so, as the black hole continues to grow, its power stretching across space, you realize that the journey is not over. You have merely begun to understand the true nature of this cosmic force. The star's death has led you to a new question. What happens when you approach the black hole's event horizon? What lies beyond this boundary? You can feel the pull growing stronger, and you know that soon you will find out. The birth of a black hole is a quiet, mysterious thing, a transformation that holds secrets beyond our understanding. But as you float closer, you realize that the real mystery lies just beyond the horizon, a place where time and space no longer behave as we know them. What will you discover when you cross that boundary? You drift closer, and with each movement, you feel a subtle change in the airless space around you. The stars, once distant, now seem to shift and blur, their light becoming softer, more distant, like ripples on a still pond. You are nearing something that feels both familiar and impossibly foreign. Ahead of you lies the event horizon, the boundary of the black hole, a place where nothing, not even light, force, or urgency. The event horizon isn't an invisible wall that you can see, but a threshold that once crossed changes everything. It is a place where the very fabric of space and time begins to twist, bending in on itself. Here, at this threshold, time no longer behaves as you know it. Imagine, for a moment, that you are standing at the edge of a river. The water flows gently before you, moving in a steady, unhurried stream. But if you were to step into that water, everything would change. The current would pull you forward, gently at first, but then with more force, carrying you downstream. As you stand at the edge of the river, you can feel the water moving around your feet, shifting with a rhythm that is both comforting and unsettling. The river is time, and you are at its edge, about to step into the unknown. As you approach the event horizon, something similar happens. You feel time itself begin to stretch, like a slow, elastic pull. Your own movements begin to feel slower, almost dreamlike. The stars around you appear to move in slow motion, their light dragging across the sky, as if they too are caught in this strange distortion. The gentle tug of the black hole grows stronger, and as it pulls you closer, you notice that time itself seems to bend around you, as if the very seconds are being stretched out, pulled apart. This is the nature of the event horizon. Time, as you have always known it, becomes warped. If you were to watch an object from a distance, it would appear to slow down as it neared the event horizon. Each moment would stretch out, elongating, until, eventually, the object would seem to freeze. In time, suspended at the very edge of the black hole. But for you, standing so close, time feels as though it is stretching inwards, as if it is drawing you into its slow, rhythmic dance. You are at the edge of something much larger than yourself. A place where the universe's most fundamental rules no longer apply in the way you understand them. Gravity is no longer just a force pulling objects together. It has become something much more profound, warping the very shape of reality. You feel it now, the pull of the black hole wrapping around you, holding you in its embrace. Every motion, every breath feels slower. You are still moving, but time is moving with you, stretching alongside you like a shadow that grows longer with each passing moment. The sensation is soothing, almost meditative, like floating in a dream where everything is both still and in motion. It is as if time itself has become elastic, stretching out forever, yet never quite breaking. The stars around you flicker, their light bending like rays of sunshine caught in a prism, turning into long, distorted arcs of color. But even as the stars slow, you feel no fear. There is only calm, a quiet understanding that this is a place of transformation, a place where the usual rules of existence cease to matter. Now you notice a peculiar thing. The black hole, once an invisible force in the distance, is no longer so distant. Its pull is constant and growing. You feel it, drawing you in, not with violence, but with a quiet inevitability, stretching across the dark expanse, each one moving at its own pace, as if the universe itself is taking a deep, slow breath. Time itself seems to take on a new rhythm, one that is both peaceful and unsettling in its slowness, and yet you do not feel rushed. There is no need to hurry, for time here is not measured by clocks, but by moments. Each moment seems to expand into eternity, stretching out into the vastness. You realize that here, time is a malleable thing, something you can almost reach out and touch, as if you could stretch it with your own hands, pulling it further and further into the distance. As you float closer to the event horizon, you begin to understand the true nature of time. It is not a constant, unchanging thing, but a fluid force that bends and twists, shaped by the gravitational pull of the black hole. Time, in this place, becomes a river, flowing slowly, peacefully, its current stretching and bending in ways you cannot quite comprehend. Yet it is beautiful in its own way, a rhythm that seems both eternal and fleeting. At this moment, you realize that the event horizon is not just a place in space, but a place in time. It is a boundary where everything you know about the world begins to break down. A place where time slows and stretches, bending in ways that challenge your understanding of reality. And in that slowness, there is peace, a deep, quiet peace that fills you completely. You are suspended in this timeless moment, floating in the vast, quiet expanse of the universe, feeling the pull of the black hole as it draws you deeper into its embrace. But even as you feel time stretching, you wonder what lies beyond the event horizon. What happens when you pass that invisible boundary, when time and space are no longer what you know them to be? The pull is gentle, almost tender, as if inviting you to step forward, but something inside you tells you that once you cross, there will be no going back. What is waiting for you on the other side? The event horizon is but the beginning of your journey, a place where time and space begin to lose their shape. Beyond it lies a deeper mystery, a place where even the fabric of the universe itself may unravel. What will you find when you step over that invisible line? As you float past the event horizon, everything changes. The quiet pull you felt before now intensifies, like a subtle shift in the atmosphere, and you realize you are no longer in the same realm you once knew. The world around you grows softer, more fluid. Time, that once familiar companion, now feels almost irrelevant. The very notion of past, present, and future becomes blurred, as if all moments exist at once. Tangled together like threads in an intricate tapestry, there is no turning back now. The singularity, that mysterious, invisible heart of the black hole, is ahead of you, drawing you inward. You can feel its presence before you can even see it, a quiet force in the center of it all. It is a place where gravity is so strong, so all-encompassing, that it warps everything around it, including space itself. Your body, though you no longer feel it as you once did, is being slowly compressed by this invisible force, drawn ever closer to a single, infinitesimally small point in the very heart of the black hole. Imagine now that you are falling through a river that seems to be both rushing toward you and pulling you in at the same time. You can feel the current, swift and strong, surrounding you on all sides, but there is no sound, only a quiet hum of energy. Your surroundings grow darker as you fall deeper. The light from the stars above fades away, as if they are no longer there at all. All that remains is the pull of the singularity, the deep, silent force of gravity, drawing you closer with every moment. The singularity is not a thing you can touch, not something you can see with your eyes. It is not a physical object in the way you understand physical things. Instead, it is a point in space where the laws of physics, as you know them, collapse. Here, in the singularity, space and time cease to exist in the way you are familiar with. Everything is drawn into this point of infinite density, where the very fabric of the universe is crushed into an incomprehensible singularity. You cannot see this point, but you can feel it, a presence so powerful, so all-encompassing, that it fills the universe around you. It is not violent in the way you might expect. It is not like a storm tearing at you or a chaotic force threatening to break you. Instead, it is gentle, like the feeling of falling into a deep, silent dream. The universe seems to soften as you approach it, each moment stretching out like a long, deep breath. The singularity, you realize, is not an object, but a place where everything disappears, where the universe collapses into itself. In this place, time slows to a halt. You cannot measure the passage of time, because time itself no longer behaves in a predictable way. You try to think of time as you once did, a line stretching from past to present to future. But that line no longer exists. Instead, time folds upon itself, layers upon layers of infinite moments piled together. Everything is happening at once, all experiences overlapping, stretching into eternity. There is no more before or after, no past or future. There is only this one eternal moment. Your mind drifts through this concept as if you are floating in a gentle river of thought. It is peaceful here, strangely so, as though the very essence of your being is dissolving into the singularity. You feel both lighter and heavier at the same time, a sensation that seems to stretch your sense of self. In this moment, you are not just you, but everything, a part of this eternal moment that surrounds you. You feel no fear, no urgency, only an overwhelming sense of calm, as though you are simply becoming a part of the universe's deepest mystery. And yet, you cannot help but wonder, what is it like at the very center? What happens when all the matter, all the energy, all the light is pulled together into one point? This is the great enigma of the singularity. It is the place where the universe's rules break down, where everything that makes sense in the world collapses into a single, unknowable point. No human mind has ever truly seen it, and yet, somehow, you are here. You are within it, feeling the gravity, the pull, the essence of this ultimate mystery. It is at once humbling and freeing to be here. The singularity challenges everything. You thought you knew about reality, about space, about time. In this place, you are reminded that not all can be understood, not all can be explained. There are parts of the universe that are simply too vast, too intricate, to fully comprehend. And in that realization, there is peace, the peace of knowing that some mysteries are meant to remain unanswered, to be experienced without the need to understand them fully. As you drift deeper into the heart of the black hole, you feel your sense of self begin to dissolve, as if you are merging with the universe itself. It is a feeling of pure unity, of connection to everything that exists, both known and unknown. The boundaries of your being stretch, becoming fluid, as you join the cosmic flow of existence. You are part of this incredible, mysterious journey, a journey that transcends time, space, and matter. It is a humbling moment, a moment that fills you with both awe and peace. And as you drift closer to the heart of the singularity, you realize that this is not the end. It is simply a new beginning, The mystery of the black hole is far from over, and beyond the singularity lies another layer of understanding, waiting to be uncovered. But for now, you rest in the deep, eternal quiet of this place, where the universe's greatest mysteries swirl around you. The singularity holds its secrets in a quiet, eternal embrace. But as you continue on this journey, you can't help but wonder if all things are drawn toward this point. Is there something waiting on the other side? Perhaps one day you will find out. As you drift deeper into the black hole, you begin to sense something truly extraordinary. The world around you, once so familiar, begins to change. The stars that once sparkled in the distance are now nothing more than faint smudges of light, their brightness dimming as you move further away. You realize that the laws of space and time, which have always been a part of your understanding of the world, no longer apply here in the same way. You feel it first in the way that time moves. What was once a steady, predictable flow now feels slow and stretching, like a dream that unfolds with no real sense of urgency. You feel as though you are both suspended in this moment and moving through it at the same time, aware of time passing, but it is not the same time that you once knew. It no longer follows a straight line, but instead it spirals outward, stretching and pulling at the edges of your perception, constantly stretching, expanding outward. The one straight path you were following now curves gently, as if the very fabric of space has begun to fold in on itself. Space is no longer flat and predictable. It is a soft, curved surface. Things toward it. It alters the very shape of the universe around it. What you thought was a straight line is now a curved path, leading you in directions you could never have anticipated. You are no longer simply moving through space. You are moving with it as it bends and twists around you. It is almost like floating in a dream where the rules of reality are suspended. Instead, they become part of the cosmic fabric that moves and changes with you. Each moment feels more fluid, more surreal, as if the universe itself is an ocean and you are gently floating upon its surface, carried by the current of gravity. This is the nature of the black hole. It is not a single object, but a force that bends the very fabric of reality. The more you float within its grasp, the more you realize how fragile the boundaries of space and time truly are. The black hole itself, as you continue to drift, you feel your perspective shift. You no longer see things the way you once did, and you begin to understand that this is not just a physical experience. It is a mental one as well. Your mind is being stretched to bending and folding in ways that it never has before. You realize that this is the true power of the black hole. It is not just a place of extreme gravity, but a place where the very nature of existence is called into question. Time and space, the two pillars of your understanding, are no longer constants. They are fluid, changeable. What once seemed certain, the steady passage of time, the fixed nature of space, is now revealed as something malleable, something. You are free from the constraints of time. You float in a timeless space where the concept of past and future no longer matters. Is a stillness that is both comforting and unsettling, as though you have entered a realm where time and space are no longer the boundaries that define you. As you drift further, you begin to wonder what happens when time and space are no longer meaningful. What would it be like to live in a world where moments stretch into eternity, where every second becomes both infinite and fleeting. But the beauty of it lies in the mystery itself. The very fact that time and space can be distorted in this way is a testament to the wonder of the universe. To its infinite complexity, you realize that in this moment, you are part of something much larger than yourself, a force that transcends time and space. The black hole is not just a singular object. You begin to understand that even the most fundamental aspects of reality are not as fixed as they seem. The universe is far more fluid, far more mysterious than you ever could have imagined. And with that understanding comes a quiet acceptance that this journey, like time itself, is stretching into the unknown. You may never fully understand what lies beyond the black hole's pull, but you are here, experiencing it, feeling the distortion of time and space, and knowing that this is a place where the impossible becomes possible. In this place, time no longer follows its familiar rhythm. The deeper you move into the black hole, the more you sense a presence. It is not the crushing force of gravity, nor the twisting of time and space, but something else, an energy. It surrounds you, flows through you, though you can't quite see it. It is not the light you know, not the warmth of the sun, or the glow of distant stars. It is something far more subtle, something that moves through the very fabric of the universe, quietly and unnoticed, like a gentle current beneath the surface of a still pond. You feel this energy in the way the space around you shifts. It is not a violent force, nor is it immediate. Instead, it is like the quiet hum of the earth beneath your feet, present, though often ignored. This energy is not something you can touch or grasp, yet you can feel its influence on everything. It moves in the shadows, barely perceptible, yet constant and unyielding. This is the essence of what lies at the heart of the black hole, an energy that flows from its depths, silently powering the universe in ways you can only begin to imagine. At first, it is faint, like the feeling of electricity running through a wire, unnoticed until you pause long enough to sense it. But the deeper you travel, the more you notice it. It grows with each passing moment, a low, steady vibration that resonates through your being. You are not just moving through the black hole's gravitational field. You are moving through its energy field, a place where light and matter are transformed, reconfigured by the very forces that govern the universe. This energy is not visible. It cannot be seen with the eyes, nor measured with any instrument. It is, however, as real as the stars themselves, as real as the very space you are floating through. It is a force that shapes the black hole's very existence, guiding the flow of matter and energy, bending and folding the fabric of reality itself. Without this energy, the black hole would not exist. It is the hidden current that flows through its core, quietly sustaining the transformation of the universe around it. You begin to understand that this energy is not just about gravity. It is not just about pulling in stars, gas, and light. It is something deeper, something more fundamental. It is the pulse of the black hole, the rhythm that keeps it alive. This energy flows outward, spreading through the vastness of space, though it is often invisible to our senses. But for you, in this moment, floating deep within the black hole, you feel it. You feel it as part of you, part of the very fabric of the universe. In a way, this energy is like the heartbeat of the black hole. Though you can't see it, You can sense its constant, quiet rhythm. It moves through space, sending ripples through the fabric of time and space itself. Each ripple is a small transformation, a shift in the balance of the universe. Matter is pulled into the black hole, transformed, and then, in turn, this energy flows outward, altering the very nature of space around it. You drift through this current, feeling the hum of energy growing louder and clearer with each passing moment. There is no immediate danger, no chaos. It is not an aggressive force, but a silent one. And in that silence, you begin to understand its power. The black hole is not merely a place where matter vanishes. It is a place where matter and energy are transformed, converted into something new, something unseen, but still powerful. The energy you feel is not merely the result of the black hole's gravity. It is the product of the collapse that created it, a byproduct of the singularity, where the fabric of space itself was torn and reformed. This energy is what drives the black hole's existence, what allows it to continue growing, to pull in more and more matter. It is a force of creation and destruction, a silent power that keeps the universe in balance. As you float deeper, you feel your own connection to this energy. It is as if you are a part of the black hole, moving through its core, carrying its energy with you. You are not separate from this cosmic force. You are woven into it, a small thread in the larger tapestry of existence. The black hole, in its quiet, unseen way, is teaching you a fundamental truth. Energy is not just something that flows outward. It is something that connects everything, that binds the universe together, silently, constantly. In this strange and beautiful silence, you feel yourself growing more attuned to the subtle forces around you. The stars, the galaxies, the very space you are floating through, they all pulse with energy, each one contributing to the symphony of the universe. The black hole, too, is part of this cosmic symphony, playing its own quiet, invisible note, changing the rhythm of the cosmos with every pull, every ripple, every quiet moment of transformation. And yet, you understand that this energy is not just something that exists in the black hole alone. It is everywhere. It flows through everything, from the smallest particles to the largest galaxies. It is the hidden force that moves the universe, shaping the path of stars, guiding the growth of galaxies, and even influencing the birth and death of life itself. The black hole may be the source of this energy, but it is not the only place where it lives. It is the very pulse of the universe, and it is here that you begin to feel its presence most deeply. As you float on, you wonder how much of this energy you will be able to understand, how much of the black hole's secret power you can truly grasp. It is a force so subtle, so quiet, and yet so profound that even the brightest minds struggle to comprehend it. But in this moment, you realize that understanding it is not as important as simply feeling it. To be a part of this cosmic rhythm is enough. To experience its silent, powerful hum is enough. You are now woven into the fabric of the black hole's energy, moving through its quiet, powerful pulse. But as you drift deeper, you realize that this energy is not just here in the black hole. It is everywhere, hidden in the fabric of the universe, waiting to be discovered. What other forces are out there waiting to reveal themselves in the vast, silent reaches of space? The silence of the black hole is profound, but there is something else, something unsettling that lingers beneath that quiet stillness. It is a hunger, a deep, eternal craving. The black hole does not merely exist. It is driven by a constant, insatiable appetite. And as you move deeper into its vastness, you begin to feel that hunger. It is not a violent or angry force, but a quiet, relentless pull. Everything around you, the stars, the galaxies, the dust, is drawn in, caught by the black hole's grasp. You can feel it now, not in the way you felt time or space bending, but in a deeper, more visceral way. The very matter that makes up the universe is being drawn to this point, this singularity at the heart of the black hole. And as it falls into the depths, it is consumed, transformed. You imagine it now, a star, once burning brightly, now hurtling toward the black hole's event horizon. The star's light begins to fade, pulled in by the gravitational force that stretches and distorts its body, its very atoms. The star is being torn apart, its outer layers stripped away, its core crushed under the immense pressure. It is a slow, inevitable process, but one that continues without pause, without mercy. The black hole's appetite is endless, and it feeds without restraint. This is the nature of the black hole's hunger. It does not discriminate. It does not choose what it consumes. Everything is drawn into its grasp, from the smallest particles to the largest stars. The black hole consumes, not out of malice, but because it simply cannot help itself. It is a force of nature, a part of the universe's grand design. Its hunger, a fundamental aspect of its existence. As you move closer to the event horizon, you begin to feel the subtle pull of the black hole's gravity, not just on your body, but on your thoughts, on your very sense of being. The hunger is not limited to physical matter. It is a force that extends beyond the material world, drawing in everything around it, both visible and invisible. Even time itself seems to stretch, to bend, as if it, too, is being consumed by the black hole's unending thirst. And yet, as you drift closer, you realize that this hunger is not simply about destruction. The black hole, in its silent, consuming way, is also a creator. As it devours everything in its path, it transforms that matter, that energy, into something new. The energy it absorbs does not vanish. It becomes part of the black hole itself, fueling its growth, its power. The more it consumes, the stronger it becomes. You wonder, as you drift deeper, whether this endless cycle of consumption and transformation is what the universe needs. The black hole, in its hunger, is not simply destroying. It is reshaping, remaking the very fabric of reality. It is as though, through its insatiable appetite, it is feeding the universe's next chapter, preparing for something new to emerge. There is a deep, cosmic purpose in this process. A reminder that destruction is not the end, but a step toward creation. The black hole's hunger is not confined to matter alone. It feeds on light as well, bending the very rays of the stars, pulling them into its depths where they cannot escape. You feel the absence of light as you drift further, watching as it disappears, leaving only the faintest traces of the star's energy behind. The black hole's appetite for light is as strong as its desire for matter. And in this darkness, you begin to see that the universe is not merely about what is visible, but also about what lies beneath the surface, in the shadows, as you float. You start to see the deeper meaning of the black hole's hunger. It is a force that exists in balance with the universe itself. Its insatiable appetite is not a flaw, but a necessity, part of the grand cycle that keeps the cosmos in motion. Without the black hole's consumption, the universe would stagnate. It is through its hunger that the universe is constantly reshaped, constantly renewed. The black hole's appetite is not something to fear. It is a reminder that everything in the universe is in motion, constantly changing, constantly evolving. The stars, the planets, the galaxies, all are drawn into the black hole's pull, only to be transformed, reborn in a new form. It is a reminder that all things are part of a greater cycle, a cosmic dance that stretches across time and space. You feel the quiet, unrelenting pull of the black hole now, drawing you deeper into its grasp. You are not in danger. You are simply part of this grand process, part of the energy and matter that flows through the universe. And as you drift, you begin to understand that, in a way, you too are being consumed, but not destroyed. You are being transformed, reshaped by the black hole's insatiable hunger. This transformation is not something to fear. It is part of the natural rhythm of the universe, a process that has been unfolding for billions of years. The black hole's appetite is a reminder that everything, in the end, is cyclical. All things are born, they grow, they change, and they are consumed, only to give rise to something new. In this cosmic dance, nothing is ever truly lost. It is merely reshaped, remade into something greater. As you move closer to the heart of the black hole, you realize that this hunger, this insatiable desire, is not a force of destruction, but of creation. It is a part of the universe's grand design, a force that allows the cosmos to continue evolving, growing, and expanding. And in this realization, you find peace. The hunger of the black hole is not something to fear. It is simply part of the rhythm of the universe. The black hole's appetite is not about destruction, but transformation. It reshapes the universe, feeding its endless cycle of creation and renewal. As you drift deeper into its pull, you begin to understand what happens when you are consumed by the infinite. What new forms might emerge from the depths of this cosmic hunger. In the deep, vast silence of the black hole, you begin to notice something, a quiet, almost imperceptible flicker. It is not like the stars you have seen before, nor is it like the cosmic glow of distant galaxies. It is a subtle energy, a faint pulse that seems to pulse from the black hole itself. In the infinite darkness, there is a quiet light, and though it seems to defy everything you've known, it is undeniably real. This energy, this faint flicker, is called Hawking radiation. It is a secret of the black hole, a phenomenon that was predicted by the brilliant physicist Stephen Hawking. No, they give something back in a way that no one expected. A small part of that energy leaks out, an invisible stream of particles, escaping the black hole, slipping through the cracks of the universe itself. It is astonishing to think about. Yet, here you are, drifting within the black hole, and you begin to feel it, this strange, gentle radiation that pulses softly but steadily from the very heart of the abyss. It is as if, despite the infinite darkness, nor is it a beacon of brightness in the traditional sense. It is a quiet whisper of energy, leaking out at the edges of the black hole, its particles creating a soft glow that never quite reaches the outside world. These particles, known as virtual particles, while the other escapes, slipping past the horizon and moving outward into the cosmos. It is as if the black hole itself is breathing, drawing in, and releasing energy with every passing moment, a trace of its immense gravity leaking out into the vast expanse. You can imagine them now, tiny ripples of energy spreading across the dark sea, defying the absolute pull of the black hole. It is a quiet miracle, one that challenges everything we once believed about these cosmic giants. As you drift within the black hole, you realize that this radiation, while small, has a profound impact. It shows that black holes are not truly empty, not devoid of everything. Even in their darkest depths, there is a soft, almost imperceptible energy escaping into the universe, like a faint heartbeat in the silence of space. It is a reminder that even the most extreme forces of nature are not all-consuming. They are not, as we once thought, the ultimate end. They are a part of a larger, more complex process, one that continues to unfold even in the deepest reaches of space. You feel the gentle pulse of this radiation, as if it is whispering to you, telling you that nothing is truly lost in the universe. Even as the black hole consumes, it gives back, not in a grand, dramatic way, but in the quietest of forms. This radiation is a small, almost invisible trail of light, a thread of connection that links the black hole to the rest of the cosmos. And as you float in this strange, still place, you begin to understand the depth of the black hole's secret. It is not just a destroyer of worlds. It is also a giver of energy, a subtle presence that keeps the flow of the universe alive. And yet you wonder what happens to the particles that are drawn into the black hole. Does the energy they carry simply disappear, swallowed up forever by the singularity? Or do they, too, contribute to the complex balance of the cosmos in ways we do not yet understand? You realize that this, too, is a mystery, one that may never be fully answered, but one that invites further exploration. This is the quiet nature of the black hole's Hawking radiation. It is not loud, not flashy, but it is there, a reminder that light and dark are not opposites, but two sides of the same coin. For every bit of matter consumed, a small portion of energy escapes, flowing back into the universe. It is a cosmic exchange, one that happens every moment, unnoticed, unsuspected, yet essential to the ongoing rhythm of the cosmos. As you drift through this moment, feeling the energy that pulses around you, you realize that this radiation is not just a scientific phenomenon. It is a symbol of balance, of the give and take that defines the universe itself. Even in the most extreme places, in the depths of the black hole, where everything seems to be drawn into an endless void, there is an exchange, a gentle flow of energy that cannot be stopped. It is a cosmic dance, one that speaks to the deepest nature of existence. Now, as you float further into the heart of the black hole, you begin to think about the greater implications of this radiation. It offers a clue, a glimpse into the nature of the universe, that no matter how dark or mysterious a place may seem, there is always a trace of light. Even in the heart of the black hole, where nothing seems to escape, there is energy that slips past the horizon, a quiet testament to the persistent pulse of the universe. As you drift deeper into the heart of the black hole, you realize that there is always more to discover, even in the darkest corners of the cosmos. The quiet pulse of Hawking radiation reminds you that there is more than meets the eye. As you continue to drift through the vastness of space, you begin to sense something deeper. The black hole, which once seemed like a solitary force, isolated in the dark reaches of the cosmos, is not alone. It is not simply a destructive force, pulling in everything around it. No, there is something much grander at play. The black hole, it seems, is a key player in the cosmic dance, shaping galaxies, creating stars, and even fostering the birth of new worlds. You begin to understand that black holes are not just passive voids. They are active forces, essential proponents of the universe's greater rhythm. In fact, black holes are often found at the centers of galaxies, like the heart of a cosmic organism, guiding the movement of stars and matter. Their powerful gravitational pull influences everything around them, shaping the very structure of the galaxy. It is as if the black hole is the invisible architect, designing the cosmic framework upon which the universe is built. You feel this influence as you move deeper into the black hole's grasp, aware of how it is slowly guiding you, pulling you deeper into its mystery. The black hole's role in shaping galaxies is subtle but undeniable. It organizes the stars in the galaxies, creating a balance that allows the universe to function. Without the gravitational pull of these black holes, the galaxies would not hold together as they do. Stars would not be able to orbit in the same way, and the intricate structure of the universe would begin to unravel. This is the true power of the black hole, its ability to guide, to shape, to hold together the very fabric of the cosmos. It is the force that prevents chaos, that maintains order in the universe. Just as the heartbeat keeps the body alive, the black hole's influence keeps the galaxy intact, its gravitational pull holding everything in place. As you drift further, you begin to see that the black hole is not just a force of destruction. It is a place where new things are born. The intense gravity of a black hole can compress gas and dust so tightly that it creates the conditions for new stars to form. These stars, born from the heart of a black hole's influence, will go on to live and die, creating the elements that make up everything we know. In this way, the black hole is both a creator and a destroyer, playing a role in the endless cycle of life and death that defines the universe. The stars and galaxies around you move in a delicate balance, influenced by the black hole's presence. As you watch them, you begin to understand the importance of this cosmic equilibrium. The black hole's role in the universe is not to consume everything in its path, but to regulate, to guide, to create the conditions for life to thrive. In a way, it is the universe's silent guardian, keeping everything in motion, preventing the cosmos from descending into chaos. You feel a deep sense of awe as you float in the heart of this mystery, realizing that the black hole is not just a passive observer in the universe. It is an active participant, shaping the very nature of existence. Its gravitational pull is not just a destructive force. It is a force that gives structure, that guides the flow of energy and matter, allowing galaxies to form and evolve. As you reflect on this, you realize that the black hole's influence extends far beyond the galaxy it resides in. Its gravitational pull can stretch across vast distances, affecting the motion of stars and galaxies that are light years away. The black hole, though hidden in the dark heart of the galaxy, has a profound effect on the universe at large, shaping the paths of stars, influencing the birth of new worlds, and guiding the flow of cosmic energy. The black hole's role in the universe is much more profound than simply being a devourer of matter. It is an essential component of the cosmos, a force that keeps everything in motion, that sustains the balance of the universe. Its influence extends through the galaxies, through the stars, through the very fabric of space-time itself. Without the black hole, the universe would be a different place, one without the structure and balance that makes life possible. And as you float within the black hole's grasp, to be solved, it is a force of nature, a vital part of the universe's grand design. It is both the end and the beginning, the point where matter is consumed and where new matter is born. The black hole is the cosmic cycle in motion, creating and destroying, guiding and shaping, always moving forward, always evolving. In this realization, you find a deep sense of peace. The black hole is not something to fear. It is a part of the universe's natural rhythm, a force that ensures the balance of the cosmos. It is not a singular, isolated entity, but a vital part of the larger story of the universe, a story that continues to unfold. One star, one galaxy, one black hole at a time. As you drift deeper, you wonder what other mysteries lie ahead, what other forces, hidden in the fabric of the cosmos, are waiting to be discovered. You know that there is more to the universe than meets the eye, that the black hole's role is just one piece of the grand cosmic puzzle. And as you continue your journey, you feel a sense of connection to the greater whole, to the universe itself, with all its mysteries, all its beauty. The black hole's role in the universe is more profound than you could have ever imagined. It is a force of creation and destruction, shaping galaxies, guiding the flow of energy, and maintaining the balance of the cosmos. What other cosmic forces remain hidden, waiting to reveal their secrets? The universe is vast, and its mysteries are only just beginning to unfold. There is a quiet stillness that surrounds you now as you drift deeper into the heart of the black hole. Everything seems to slow, to stretch, as time and space fold upon themselves. But in this deep, cosmic silence, you cannot help but feel the weight of a question that has haunted both scientists and thinkers for decades. It is the black hole paradox, a mystery that challenges everything we know about the nature of reality. What happens to the information that falls into the black hole? This is the question that lingers in your mind. Once something crosses the event horizon, that invisible boundary beyond which nothing can escape, does it simply disappear? Does it become lost forever in the crushing depths of the singularity? Or is there a way to preserve the information hidden from view, waiting to be discovered? At first, this might seem like a simple question, one that we could easily answer, but the truth is far more complicated. For centuries, we believe that anything that enters a black hole is lost forever, consumed by the infinite gravity at its core. Once something crosses the event horizon, it vanishes, never to be seen again. This idea fits neatly with the laws of classical physics, where objects are destroyed once they fall into the black hole's grasp. But the deeper you drift, the more you begin to sense that things are not as simple as they seem. The laws of physics, as we understand them, begin to break down here in the heart of the black hole. The paradox is not about the destruction of matter, but about the destruction of information itself. According to quantum mechanics, Information cannot be destroyed. It is a fundamental principle that underpins everything we know about the universe. If information is truly lost in the black hole, it would violate this sacred rule, creating a fundamental contradiction in our understanding of the cosmos. This realization leads to a profound dilemma. If information cannot be destroyed, then what happens to it when it falls into the black hole? Does it simply disappear, or is it somehow preserved, hidden from view, in a way we do not yet understand? Some scientists have suggested that the information might be encoded on the event horizon itself, stretched across the surface of the black hole like a cosmic film reel. Others believe that the information could be stored in some mysterious form, waiting to be released in the distant future. Perhaps in a new form of energy or radiation. As you continue to drift, you feel the weight of this paradox growing heavier. You are within the black hole now, experiencing firsthand the distortion of time and space. You can sense the pull of gravity, the way it bends everything around you, including your thoughts. But the question remains, where does the information go? What happens to the memories, the particles, the energy that falls into the black hole? Are they lost forever, or is there some hidden mechanism at work, one that we have yet to discover? This is the true mystery of the black hole, the way it forces us to confront the limits of our understanding. It challenges the very foundations of physics, forcing us to reconsider what we know about the nature of reality. The more you think about it, the more you realize that this paradox is not just about the black hole. It is about the nature of the universe itself, about the ways in which we perceive and understand reality. Could it be that the black hole holds the key to unlocking the deepest secrets of the cosmos? Could the information it swallows be transformed, encoded in ways that we cannot yet comprehend? Perhaps the answer lies not in destruction, but in transformation. Perhaps the black hole is not a place where information is lost, but a place where it is changed, reshaped, and woven into the very fabric of the universe. You think about this as you float in the dark, feeling the gravitational pull of the black hole gently tugging at you. It is not violent, not aggressive, but a slow, inevitable force that shapes the very nature of space and time. You are a part of this transformation to a tiny speck of matter and energy caught in the vastness of the cosmos. And just like the information that falls into the black hole, you are part of a larger process, one that is both mysterious and profound. The paradox, it seems, is not just a question about black holes. It is a question about our understanding of the universe, about the limits of our knowledge and the mysteries that lie beyond. Perhaps the black hole is not a place of destruction, but a place of transformation, where the very fabric of reality is reshaped in ways that we cannot yet comprehend. Perhaps the information that falls into it is not lost, but preserved, waiting for a time when we can understand it. As you float in this cosmic space, you realize that the paradox will never be fully resolved in your lifetime. It is a mystery that may take centuries or even millennia to unravel. But in this moment, as you drift through the black hole's grasp, you understand something deeper. The black hole is not just a force of destruction. It is a force of transformation. It is a reminder that there is always more to learn, more to discover, and more to explore. The paradox is not a dead end. It is an invitation an invitation to continue the journey, to seek out the answers, and to embrace the unknown. The black hole paradox is a question without an answer, a riddle that challenges our understanding of the universe. But perhaps that is its true gift, to remind us that there is always more to discover, always more to learn. What happens to the information that falls into the black hole? Perhaps, like the universe itself, the answer is not as important as the journey it takes to find it. The deep silence of the black hole surrounds you, stretching out like a vast ocean of stillness. Time, as you once understood it, no longer exists here. The pull of gravity grows stronger, its force bending the fabric of space and time around you. And as you drift in this strange, dreamlike state, you begin to wonder what lies beyond the event horizon. What happens once you cross the boundary from which nothing can return? It is a question that has plagued the minds of astronomers and physicists for generations. The event horizon marks the point of no return, the moment when gravity's pull is so intense that not even light can escape. Everything that crosses this threshold is thought to be lost forever, swallowed up by the singularity at the center of the black hole. It is a place where space and time collapse into a singular point, a place where the laws of physics break down. For years, scientists have struggled to understand what might lie beyond. But now, as you float deeper into the heart of the black hole, you realize that the answers are not as simple as they once seemed. There is something more here, something you can feel, even if you cannot fully comprehend it. Is it possible that the black hole is not a dead end, but a doorway? Could it be that beyond the event horizon lies another realm, another universe, a place where the rules of physics, as we know them, no longer apply? This idea, though speculative, is not as far-fetched as it may seem. Some scientists have proposed that black holes could be gateways to other dimensions, or even other universes. The concept of a wormhole, a tunnel through space-time, is a theoretical possibility that could explain how a black hole might connect to another part of the cosmos, or perhaps even to another universe entirely. Imagine for a moment that the black hole is not an end, but a beginning, a portal that opens into an entirely new realm, a place where the laws of nature are different, where time and space behave in ways we cannot yet fathom. This idea is known as the multiverse theory, the suggestion that our universe is just one of many, each existing in its own separate bubble of space-time. If black holes are indeed gateways to other universes, then the very fabric of existence might be far more intricate than we ever imagined. Each black hole could be a portal, a bridge between worlds, connecting different dimensions of reality. As you drift further, you can almost feel the pull of something beyond the event horizon, something that lies just out of reach, tantalizing and mysterious. Is this the beginning of another journey? Could this black hole be the passage to something entirely new, something that lies beyond our understanding of the cosmos? There is a sense of awe and wonder in this thought, a feeling that perhaps the black hole is not a place of destruction, but a place of creation. But this, of course, remains a mystery. The truth is, no one really knows what happens once you cross the event horizon. The laws of physics, as we understand them, no longer apply, and any attempt to describe what lies beyond the black hole is pure speculation. Some suggest that crossing the event horizon might lead to the destruction of the object, perhaps even the complete annihilation of everything that falls in. Others believe that it could lead to a new realm, a new dimension, a place where space-time exists in a form entirely different from what we know. You begin to feel the tension between the unknown and the known. What if the black hole truly is a doorway to another universe, another plane of existence? What if everything that has been consumed by the black hole is not lost, but transformed into something entirely new, something beyond our comprehension? Perhaps the black hole is not a force of finality, but a transformative power, a cosmic mechanism that leads to new beginnings. Just as the death of stars gives birth to new worlds. You pause and think about this. Could the black hole be the ultimate form of recycling, a cosmic factory that takes the remnants of the universe and reshapes them into something entirely different? Could everything that has ever been consumed by the black hole, every star, every planet, every particle, be transformed into something new, something unrecognizable in the vastness of space? Perhaps the black hole is not an end, but a bridge, one that connects the past and the future, shaping the course of the universe in ways we cannot yet understand. This idea gives you a sense of peace. The universe, in its vast complexity, is always changing, always evolving. The black hole, with all its mystery and power, is simply one part of this process, a force that drives the cycle of creation and destruction, shaping the cosmos in ways that are beyond our understanding. As you continue your journey through the black hole, you realize that the true answer may never be known. What lies beyond the event horizon may remain a mystery, an enigma that challenges the very limits of human knowledge. But perhaps the beauty lies in the question itself, in the wonder of the unknown. The black hole is a reminder that there is always more to explore, more to discover, more to understand, that the universe is vast, and that there are infinite mysteries waiting to be uncovered. And so, as you float deeper, you embrace the uncertainty, knowing that the journey is just as important as the destination. The black hole may not hold all the answers, but it holds the key to something far more profound, the reminder that the universe is full of wonder, full of questions, and that the mysteries we encounter are what make the journey worthwhile. What lies beyond the black hole? Is it a doorway to another universe, or a final destination? The answer may never be fully known, but in the end, it is the journey, the endless exploration, that truly matters. The universe is full of mysteries, and you are part of its endless story. As your journey through the black hole comes to a close, you carry with you a deeper understanding of the universe's endless mysteries. The black hole, once a symbol of the unknown, has shown you the beauty of exploration, that the questions we seek answers to are as important as the answers themselves. The cosmos is vast, filled with wonder, and though we may never fully comprehend it, the journey of discovery will never end. And so, the adventure continues in the quiet embrace of the stars, waiting for the next question to guide us.